break down, brother, how, Yakuza do things, brother, in prison, brother.
Let's just say it's not going to be pleasant. It'll be a little, I'll just be polite. Let's just say will not be pleasant. He will have harm. It'll take him quite a while to recover from what they do to him. They'll probably keep him there extra just to make sure any sign of damage is healed up, so nobody can tell on the outside. I would just say it'll be extremely brutal what they did to him.
So the Yakuza really are as fair as, the legends say, the stories say. These dudes are ruthless, animals.
Yep.
Jeez.
So on the streets, they're actually very fine. So like, let's say they met him on the streets, they would just walk around him because they're like, you're a disturbance, you're a peasant. We don't want to deal with you. So they just go around, not do anything with him. If he chased them down on the street and did stuff, then they would educate him on the street. If he's in jail and there's no cameras around and no guards around, I can't imagine what they do. It'll make American jails look like amateurs. So they will go after him.
Isn't he protected as an American citizen? Doesn't he have that American privilege that, listen, don't touch me, you can't touch me, I'm American? No?
They're gonna touch him, all right. Yeah.
But he's American, bro. He's got that American privilege, that American citizenship. You can't touch Americans.
No. He's got no call to a lawyer. He's got no right to a lawyer. He has got no right to a trial. He has got no constitutional rights whatsoever. You have no rights. Zero. You're there by, what can I say? You're a guest with no rights. Even if so I have permanent residency there. I would have some rights as a permanent resident. But if you have a visa, like a working visa, no, you got no rights. Zero. So, he's done for. Let's just say it's not going to be good for him.
So let's say, right, a couple Yakuza step to him, right? You're like, hey, Johnny. And Johnny starts screaming, yo, I'm an American. You can't touch me. I'm American, bro. I'm American. Would they step back or would they laugh at him and punch him in the face?
Let's say that he probably won't be able to talk.
Oh, man.
Yeah. So it's all gone. So he'll probably be screaming a lot before he goes into the jail cell. But he'll probably put him into a community environment. And so he probably won't be talking to two people in there. He'll probably talk to 10 to 20. So there'll be a group effect on him. He'll be a piece of meat. I can't imagine what they did to him.
Flipping heck, bruv. This is what I'm saying, man. Some of these dudes gotta calm down, man. They gotta calm down, bruv. All that disrespect, all that talking wild. Now he's got himself in a very sticky situation. I think we should also touch upon, right, how brutal Japanese prisons are. So I've been reading stuff as to how, the guards are in Japanese prisons. Japanese prisons are very brutal. I'm hearing that guards tell them when to sleep, when to stand, how to position their bodies, where to put their hands, where to put their feet. Don't sit for too long, don't stand for too long. It is complete control in these prisons. Can you confirm that, Theo? And can you add any more as to how brutal Japanese prisons are?
Yeah, it is very brutal. It is not some place you want to go to. That's why, if the Japanese arrest you, you want to do, or you do anything like they go out against you, you want to be 100% in compliance. Because if you just admit what you did and you say you're sorry and you show remorse, they'll be like, cool. And they'll just walk away. That's it. That's all they do. You could do something really bad. You just say, I'm sorry. I didn't know this was bad. I'm sorry. I'll never do it again. They'll be like, cool. But if you resist and then you give them trouble and they put you in jail and then you give them trouble in jail, well, man, you're going to need more than Christ to help you out. You're going to need something strong, man. I don't know what's going to... You're gone. the jailers, the jail officials are going to treat you horribly. They'll treat you worse than a human being. It'll just be bad. That's all I can say. They're brutal. They're physically brutal. They're mentally brutal, psychologically brutal towards you. You do not want this at all. It's totally opposite of what you see in Japan. So, don't want it. Just don't go there at all, ever.
Can you, being American, help you circumvent that type of brutality, or everyone gets it? Damn.
Everyone gets it. We heard stories about Roppongi, so I'll give you some of them. So again, like an American GI gets out of line in Roppongi. It doesn't matter what his race is; it's just a GI, right? So he thinks he's a man. He gets violent, blah blah blah, right? So 20, 30 Japanese police officers show up and beat the crap out of him in the streets of Japan. It doesn't matter how much training he has. You go against 20, 30 guys, they're going to take you down. So then they put him in the hole, and they notify the American military. They notify the embassy. Yeah, we've got one of your GIs, and then he's just beaten the. Sometimes they're beaten to death. Sometimes they're just really, really, really beaten, and they're kept there for a certain amount of time, and then they go to trial afterwards. And some of them stay in jail. Some of them are released or deported or forced off. They can't be in Japanese land again. Way it is, stupid GIs. That's all we think of it. So it's not some place you want to be in ever. Just straight out, no. The Japanese are entirely opposite with their legal system than compared to how they are in real life. So the whole thing is how you apologize or how you admit what you did. If you just admit what you did and say you're sorry and you're not violent, they're cool with you. So that's how the Japanese want you to act. And as long as you're like that, you're like, hey, I'm just not going to be emotional about that. I'm going to keep on going. You're like, cool. Like, just keep on going, right? If you act a fool, that's it. You're done.
Wow. I can't believe what I just heard, man. Flipping heck, bruv. Wow.
Yeah.
Shake my head.
Yeah, but you see how you have to act? So, see, this guy does not act this way. He's acting like a total idiot, right? So he's going totally against the Japanese system. So that's why they're gonna drop the bomb on him. So I'll give you another example. When I was married, we were in the train one time, and my wife and I were sitting there, on the train yapping as normal, and somebody looked at her and started saying really violent things towards her and was threatening towards her. I didn't do anything. She didn't do anything. We just ignored him, and the person walked away. So we got off the train later, and we were talking about it. And she said, "Thank you, Theo, for not beating that person up," because she knew I was going to beat him up. I was ready to go do something to him, and she said, "Thank you. You did the right thing. You were not violent." And again, Japanese woman saying that, she's the reconciler. Like she's this establishes what the standard is. And I was talking to her. I was like, "Why? Because you're my wife. I should beat the crap out of this guy." And he's like, "That's not Japan. That's not the way Japan is." And I was correct to reserve myself. So, in this situation, this guy was violent. And what? No, it's not. I would say he was disrespectful to Japanese customs. He was invading their space. He was doing things he was not supposed to do. If he had gone in there just as without the mask and just said, like, "I'm looking for something," or "Can you help me," or something like that, they would have gotten up and helped him, no problem. They would have been totally kind to him. The fact that he came in with a mask and like the camera, and it's obvious something's going on, oh yeah, he's gone. The cameraman is very lucky he didn't get arrested also. That's they should have gone after him also. I don't know why they didn't do it. So guys, just don't act stupid in Japan.